gyro coming out here on the main stage for the second time today. So taking a page out of Asta's book.
Another answer to the Enigma in the laning stage, right? But I'm wondering, like, we did witness a Rubik in that last game. Is that something that's possible here? Because Tusk can be a little bit scary, right? Like, he gets on top of you, eliminates you, but you are playing into an Enigma. Stealing that black hole could come in handy.
Yeah, I think it's one of those things where Rubik's still prevalent, Silence is still decent. The bans right now from Liquid, they're respecting the big picture of Thunder Awaken, but they might have to consider some type of ban to potentially cover this.
I think Matthew is the one that prefers playing Marcy on their team. Otherwise, we could have seen something like a Nyx as well, which it didn't get banned this game. But looking at Panda's hero pool, he has really enjoyed the Crystal Maiden. It might just be that they pull that out again because he plays, we've talked about it in previous panels, he loves save heroes, and if he's not playing save this tournament, he's been playing Crystal Maiden.
Yeah, one hero that got banned out versus the Enigma last game, it was because of Insania, but Winter Wyvern got banned out. Is that something that Panda can play as well?
Panda can, yeah.
Decent versus Enigma can fly over the shards as well.
He actually has a very long relationship with Winter Wyvern. He used to play it, but like the pressure of getting the good ults off, yeah, it was too much. So he actually just completely stopped playing it for a really long time.
That pressure gets to all of us.
And he's not played it at TI, but this is a decent game for it.
I was going to say, he finally got over that and started playing it again back towards the later end of this year, and it is something in his repertoire now.
Sounds like a very toxic relationship.
I mean, my God, my boy. I mean, I want him to play to his comfort, though. I think if it's something like, I don't want that doubt to kind of creep in of like, can I play this here? It's
okay, so they're switching things up a little bit here. Enigma, I was thinking about this. We saw Tusk and Brood in the morning. We were gonna see it again. And what is this? Enigma 5, right? Like, do you rotate it to a 5?
That's the reason why. Gyrocopter earlier today, we saw the Enigma into the Gyrocopter into Enigma lane because of course, the flat cannon killing off the Eidolons. Pakaz is the player that's played it the most times. This is now his third Gyrocopter game and 6 so far at this TI. He's the one that popularized this hero for other teams to copy. And yeah, Liquid, they're like, okay, let's put the Enigma down a couple slots, pick Brood. Maybe if you're Thunder Awaken, this Gyrocopter also gets potentially demoted a little bit in regards to support.
That's what worries me. Right?
Keep fighting the flexibility.
I want Panda to be on his comfort. I don't want him to be shocked on a gyrocopter that he doesn't feel good on.
Do you actually think that it needs to be relegated?
It doesn't need to be.
Yeah, can't you just go the same way OG did it, but maybe a little bit more precise with the Snapfire here? You pick it up. You have a way to get over the shards with the gyro, and you actually are strong enough to match up in that lane.
As long as their position 5 provides kill threat on the spiders when Brood hits 6, so then Gyro plus this 5 can just hold hands the entire time for laning phase, and then that kind of post-laning phase window where Brood tries to take your tower, I think they'll be in a pretty decent spot to take a fight with this Brood.
Both hands as in IO? Probably not happening, right? They go with the Disruptor instead.
It's going to be an aggressive lane. Like, this is going to be, when they enter this, we Thunder Strikes, missiles, just really trying to get this Brood a little bit out of lane early on.
Yeah, we just
Draftnya bagusan Thunder Awaken gitu. Gila, Disruptor
the only thing I'm looking at though is you have no one that holds the lane later down the line, and some teams have completely ignored this aspect of Brood, but it always has these downsides. You can pick heroes that fight and don't care about Brood and just try and take the fight to the other places of the map, but she will take your tier 2 for free if you do that, and when you lose that, your map becomes smaller and smaller, and your net worth really starts to shrink.
Well, they get that extra wall, that extra protection in the Tidehunter that you can actually position against the Brood in any lane. Watermelon, yes, in front of the Brood, defend the tower forever.
Amen to that.
There is obviously slight problems with that he's also your key team fight component, and you want to be able to bring him to your fights. So if he leaves that lane at all to go for a smoke move, Brood's just going to pressure tier 2 tower, and he can't defend every tower, everything, and do all the fights at the same time. So it is a lot of burden on his shoulders.
Tinggal mid laner
as well, like Tide, it gives you stun, but he's not a lot of damage. Right now, like Gyro needs a lot of items to have a lot of damage as well, and Broodmother is going to rush this Wraith pack that she's going to have around 13 to 15 minutes, and that's going to everything.
Yeah, Ursa was an option, an obvious one as well, right? Like a hero that can get on top of the Gyro later on, but also a hero that can deal with
Tidehunter. Secret's response as well when Sacred played the Tidehunter in the upper bracket, it was against his Ursa lane. It didn't do too well in regards to the game. game. This is going to be Liquid's response. When you have Broodmother in one lane, forcing heroes to rotate there, Enigma sacrificing top lane to keep Ursa at a healthy position, the farm will naturally come to Liquid's side. So it's more on Thunder Awaken. How are they going to make these early game shifts in their hero placements to be able to offset what should be a very kind of playing itself style of laning setup that Liquid have right now?
And when it comes to the last picks, we're looking at the mid laners, right?
Yeah, super active requirement for Thunder Awaken's last pick. Dark Margo needs to be on this like super high damage style hero to connect the dots right now between the heroes. They have initiation with Marcy, they have kind of team fight protection with Tidehunter, but they just need that extra little bit of something to put fear into Liquid's kind of early aggression.
Is Puck too weak of an active hero just because it's a spell damage?
It's not enough damage, I think.
It's still solid a bit with the gyro, right? Like it could work, but also teams do like to get on top of Brood easily, and Storm Spirits are...
I'd say Batrider might need to be considered a little bit here.
Damn, yeah.
Some Batrider Thunder Awaken, BKB, you just rotate to side lanes, and it just could complicate the game.
With the Quab being banned out, that's probably what's on Blitz's mind as well, right? Like, Quab being banned out, Batrider instantly comes into one of the possibilities, but if Bat gets picked up, then you can go with the Storm perhaps for Liquid. That's an option, one of the ways to deal with the Bat in the laning stage and later on as well.
Yeah. I don't need I don't need someone that makes plays on Thunder's lineup right now. I just need someone that can hold the tower fight. Like if Liquid want to come mid and push, for example, I want them to be able to fight around it. I just need damage. Like I'm so concerned about this Wraith Pack timing on Brood. And that was bad.
Ban the Batrider.
I mean, maybe they could opt for like a Kunka or something, and he goes to this physical damage. But it's really the options are much less because Thunder also banned out a lot of the heroes.
Just go with the Spirits. I feel like Spirits are always your safest choice. Like they give you a little bit of everything, and you can defend the towers perhaps with the Tidehunter standing in front of them, and then Ember is the one that will bring the damage, and also gives you that ability to breach the backlines, get on top of Brood.
Trying to think of the Liquid last pick now.
5 seconds remaining.
Sedih banget sih Liquid ini draftnya.
Well, they have Ursa who's going to match up well into Gyro, deal with Titan lane. Ember, I guess they're lacking lockdown outside of the black hole, so maybe something a little extra catch.
They could go
Who do
like
you guys prefer draft-wise? So far, I know it's not finished, but like, do you feel comfortable for Team Liquid going into their elimination match?
I feel like their draft is a little wonkier, just off of that Enigma being a position 5, most likely being the position 5.
Nice. They have a lot of lockdown now.
They needed a way to basically, to Thunder Awaken, they picked this Ember Spirit because if Tide has a bad lane, you need an extra core to help cope in these earlier fights, and they want to bring numbers. Ursa needs more time to come online. So.
No, sorry to interrupt you.
Oh, no worries.
No, it's okay. The players are ready. This could be Team Liquid eliminated. Let's check in with Thunder Awaken as we go to Avo for a pre-match interview.
I'm here with the coach from Thunder, Vintage. Vintage, sé que anteriormente ustedes confiaban mucho en el Morphling de Pacas. ¿El Gyrocopter está al mismo nivel? ¿Hay full fe en ese Gyrocopter?
Actualmente tenemos 100% win rate con Gyro, así que esperamos no perder la racha hoy.
He says, actually, right now we have 100% win rate with Gyrocopter, so it's going to be good for our streak today. Now, one final scream for the Thunder Boys. How can people in the audience support you?
Un
grito final para los chicos. Un grito final para los chicos. ¿Cómo te pueden apoyar la gente del público, amigo?
Respeten ese mierda.
Respect SA, you shits. That's what he said.
Oh, South America.
Absolutely. Absolutely wonderful. Fighting words going into a game 2, very much deserved after that performance in game 1. Because Mega Creep comebacks on the main stage, right? EG versus eHome, Secret versus Mineski. Now we have Liquid versus Thunder Awaken. It's got to take some serious mental resilience to come back after after a Mega Creep comeback like that and lose, if you're Liquid, it's going to take a whole lot. Meanwhile, Thunder are going to be feeling themselves, right?
I mean, this is a test of team fortitude right here. There's no other way around it. Liquid has... Some of these guys were denied TI last year. They come in this year. They're on the ropes in LCQ. They make it through those groups in pretty good position. They go through this bracket. They're in the lower bracket. They're on the brink of elimination so many times, and yet they are still here for a reason. The mental fortitude of this team is out of control. And on the flip side, Thunder, they're looking for the highest position ever for an SA team. That is why they want that respect. This is 11 years in the making for this game right here of SA Dota getting to this point. Can they push their ticket, or are we going to go to game 3 where Liquid will test them? Looks like more team fight is in store, because once again, Tidehunter Enigma would not be a TI game without the big boys.
We're going to have the big team fight spells floating around in this game. It's going to be an exciting one. To see whether or not Liquid, if this journey has been too long, too hard for them, that game 1 demoralized them, or whether or not they're going to bounce back. EG versus eHome. We had that probably the most iconic Mega Creep comeback game.
For sure.
And that was going into game 2. I mean, that game 2 really wasn't that close. EG.
No, it's hard.
Stomped them.
You lose to Megas. It's like, well, if we couldn't beat them then, how do we get there? I mean, I was there at that tournament, and that series gave me a heart attack then. I think this game is right up there.
On the other side of things, we had Secret versus Mineski. That was another game 1 Mega Creep comeback where Mineski had the game 1. They had it absolutely won.
It was locked.
And then they go into the throne area. They lose it. Secret go for a desperate push in. They do manage to take it. But they go into game 2. They bounce back, and Mineski actually takes it. And sort of an iconic what if, you know, like what if they could have gotten that 2-0. So there's 2 different sides to that Mega Creep comeback and going into game 2.
I mean, you can do it. You can come back. It's not impossible. Nothing is impossible at TI. All bets are off, especially when the pressure gets up like this. We are playing for top 4. It's every player's dream for years and years to get here. You're not going to get deterred simply because the Mega Creeps got to your head. That means game 2 already off the bat. We have a Thunder draft that is designed to deal with the summons coming out from Liquid, and Liquid trying to pick up the pace here. They have a very fast tempo lineup. Enigma, Brood, they can play the map very quick, and Ursa can take advantage of any pickoffs. Transitioning into quick Roshan. Roshan number 1, Roshan number 2 with the shard. Exactly what Matumba is looking for in this game.
TP-nya cancel.
Script almost.
Oh, yeah,
karena hitungannya lead itu kan kayak telekinesis kan.
Today we've seen a lot of times being picked up, counterpicked to try and deal with the offlane Enigma. It's one of the better carries to address that hero. Instead, the Enigma switched over to the support position. Zai is a Broodmother. Do you feel like that Gyrocopter addresses Broodmother as well as it does the Enigma?
I mean, also, this was a matchup I thought we would have seen a bit more this tournament. I know it used to be very good back in the day. Like, the missile gives you vision. You can hunt them down in the trees. The flak to deal with the spiderlings. I imagine this matchup still has to be good for those same reasons. But, of course, Brood is building utility nowadays. You're going for the auras. You're going pipe right back to AC type build. This can help mitigate a lot of the AoE damage from Gyro. So, I'm not sure how this matchup exactly goes nowadays. I'm sure Pakaz is going to have a fine early game here. There's no way he's going to get pressured too hard on this lane, I think. I say that in we've seen Boxy have some crazy good shards and kills on the lane.
First blood still open. Matumba Man really wants it here, but the damage coming out from the disruptor dissuades him from going for it, and he's going to have to play underneath this tower here. We're currently looking at a situation where I think Thunder is walking away with 2 lane wins, right? We've already talked about the Gyrocopter. We've got the Ember Spirit versus Puck matchup in mid, which Dark Mago's doing very, very well, 14-4 right now. And it means Liquid kind of needs to get a big W out of that top lane, right? They kind of need to shut down that Tidehunter.
I mean, they need to make sure that Matumba keeps farming on this lane. There's a lot of harassment come out of this lane. Disruptor Tide with the Gush build. They did this on one of the earlier series versus Secret where they put the Maiden up here just to guarantee that this Tide Ursa matchup does not go poorly for them.
The shard, it landed. You said Boxy's been on point with this one, and it almost brings him down here, but Zai actually stumbles a little bit too far forward. Marcy uses her dirty advantage to toss him into the tower. Matumba Man, though, he's having a hard time dealing with this. The Gush and Thunder strikes. They spot him in the trees. They're going to be able to get one more round of Gush, and the last hit comes in. Pandamu takes the first blood.
Better to go to the Disruptor than the Tide, who had to use a lot of his resources to get it.
Oh, what a stun from Matthew on the other side of things. They actually throw out the shard. They're going to try and lock in Matthew. Zai, though, he's not going to survive. Oh, he does! That final shot did not come out from Bakaz in time, and Zai lives through it, so they kill the support. And Bakaz is actually a little bit low, too. Boxy, oh, is he going to cut the creep wave, or are they going to try and keep Bakaz under the gun here?
Yeah, it looks like they're going to pull it back, reset the equilibrium, make this lane even more awkward for Bakaz. I don't think Bakaz was too sad about getting all that solo XP, but definitely setting Marcy back quite a bit.
Yeah.
Liquid support's having the better exchanges here. Sani also just denying farming up with that Basilius. As long as you don't die early on this support Enigma, you're going to be pretty happy going into the mid game. You can farm a decent amount, scale, perhaps the build utility.
Damage. Matumba Man is going to have to hop out here.
Yeah, this is the downside. Enigma is not helping you much in these trade situations. Matumba's feeling it right now.
Yeah. He's going to live for now. The Gush. It's up. He can pop it. He's going to be able to take away the salve. That is just as good as killing him, honestly.
Yeah, even better. Now Matumba has to tank all these waves into the tower too. He's missing range creeps. Rough CS start for him. Meanwhile, Dark Mago, he has been owning mid in this matchup.
Yeah.
He's up almost 400 net worth, decent amount of CS. This is Ember favorite for the lane, and of course, once you get into that mid game, the coil has a really big window where you can punish this Ember Spear. That's what Liquid's going to look to do. Big question to me is, do they have the damage fall off with the coil? Like, Enigma is not going to provide much for it, and it kind of comes down to boxing, which is why this start is super important for him.
And on top of Bakaz, they're going to try and disrupt some of the damage coming out from that battery with the snowball. Zai life stealing a decent amount. They got to keep their distance from this barrage.
That's level 2. He's putting the points into the magic damage, not going the flat because, of course, no spiders till later on.
This rotation, this is going to maybe catch him out. He's not level 6. They want the kill on his side.
He didn't get the chain on the brood?
No, he didn't. Instead, they're just going to have to be content with the kill on Boxy. Not what they wanted, but at least they get something. And he does get him to level 6.
Zai still has full wand up as well. I'm not sure he would have gone down anyway. Look
at it. He's going to stick around. He's going to leave a remnant.
Yeah.
Wonder if Zai has spotted that remnant.
This is an interesting move. He TP'd to mid, so he's not going to base to refill. He is trying to bait out the overextension bombs and go back and flank them again. Very interesting move from Dark Mago. Especially kill the mid catapult first too.
Yeah.
He'll sacrifice the rune for this. Regen into Mikkei's hand, but Liquid has to think about this bottom. I also wonder if it's just a backup plan. I don't think Thunder want to get... They don't want to feed more kills to this Brood Tusk lane.
Very dangerous duo.
Anjay.
Let's check in on that top lane here. As how's that Ursa doing now? Sitting at 2100 net worth, so the Tidehunter is kept him pressured. Kept pretty close. You said it. Enigma really doesn't provide too much right here. Kraken Shell against Malefice and the summons.
Yeah, it's not an all-laner ideal for Enigma to kill. I think Thunder's going to be happy to just keep both cores low net worth on this lane. Especially if you can give extra XP to the Tidehunter, because he is getting denied a little, right? That is the power of Enigma here. Wouldn't be surprised to see Pandamu think about some stacks as well. You have Tide Gyro. You gotta be thinking about these Ancients.
Yeah, certainly. Trying to take as many of the hard camp creeps as possible. Oh, TP to bottom lane. They're going to make that move. Here comes Matthew. 2-man stun. Very nice. They're going to turn around and try and kill Matthew. And they might be able to get him, too. The snowball's actually going to go over and hit the gyrocopter on top of that. He wants the kill on Boxy, and they're going to be able to glimpse to get it here. Mickey's going to show up with a 2-man coil. They might be able to kill both, but here comes the Ember Spear. Can they finish off Bakaz in time, or is Dark Mago going to be able to shoo him away? Doesn't get the chains. Only lands on creeps there. And he's going to be able to protect his gyrocopter. The all-important Bakaz carry will be safe.
Now you can see how much Thunder's thinking about these turnaround bottoms. They do not want to let this Brood get out of control too early. They don't want to let him abuse Bakaz, who doesn't want to have to buy too much regen.
It's the stuff, but they get the slight chains. The damage on the rocket barrage, they got him. Mickey was going to be able to come back in eventually, but it's Thunder who struck first. The gyrocopter still dies, though, so a 1-for-1 trade-off. Mago, they have to get a glimpse. No snowballs, so Boxy, he's going to be repositioned to a bad spot. They are getting some decent orb damage in, wearing on him. Boxy with the raindrops, staying alive, getting back to the tower. One more slight should be able to finish him off. He's going to have to dive in. This is
Nggak kena. Nice banget bentarnya.
Throws out the shard. Boxy will eventually die, but now Dark Mago has been put into a position where he
Tinggal.
can be chased out. Zai's gonna try and run him down. He has no more mana. Dark Mago, the orb's gonna catch up to him, and he's gonna fall underneath the tower. But Kaz is now here though, and Mickey has already used his jump. He's already used his phase shift as well. An orb is coming up in a second. He's gonna throw it over the side. Phase shift out. Double kill there. Insania now showing up with the Malphite on top of the coil. They get on top of the gyrocopter. But Kaz thought he was showing up to clean up on the team fight, but instead it's gonna be Zai with the ultra kill.
Putting him to sleep in this bottom lane for dead. Absolute
Cara
beautiful
war emang
skirmishes
hero-nya
from
belum
the
suka
early
terlihat,
game.
tapi ini
Insania
cara
turning up
mainnya
is just
bagus
the
banget.
cherry on top. Extra XP for this Enigma. You'll take it every time. Puts it into a little bit of a tower push, and of course, a lot of those teleports for Thunder are going to be on cooldown now too. So they're going to have to send Tidehunter down here just to defend this. And Bakaz is going to have to make the long walk out of base. Not ideal. Teleport for Dark Mago on cooldown for 70 as well. Liquid got everything out of that engagement they want. And even more so much space for this Ursa on top now, right? Matumba gets to catch up. He gets free solo XP because Enigma went bottom. A dream scenario in this early game for Liquid.
Oh, they got to be careful here. This is Broodmother territory. You're crazy to come out here. Matthew, he's going to be chased down by the spiders. Will eventually become one. If Zai gets his way, the last web, the chase down underneath the tier 2s, the armor in the regen is not enough to protect him.
Oh, there comes indeed. And this game it's accelerating fast. Remember, this Liquid draft, it can convert on the kills very easily. But once Matumba gets lifesteal.
He's routed Panda Boom. Matumba Man there on the side is going to be able to easily clean up.
Glimpse to help Matumba farm.
Yeah.
This early game not going Thunder's way at all. Liquid striking back. Mega Creep comeback be damned. Gonna take it to you.
I think this is exactly the kind of thing you need to be able to wash the taste of that loss in game 1 out of your mouth. You got to be able to take an early advantage today. Guys, we got this. They're up by 2K right now, but they still have some answers, right? Thunder, we talked about how the gyrocopter and the Tidehunter are good at being able to address the Broodmother. They're going to be able to hold this safe lane tower for a while, it looks like.
Yeah, Sacred is going to be a rock in this game. It's hard for them to run into him. They have Black Hole to kill him. That's your best tool. The Tusk can do some serious damage with tag team shards. And of course, at some point, Matumba will deal with him through the Kraken. But for right now, he is pretty formidable. Zai's just going to trade farm with him, pull the waves, be happy getting super fat down here, which he is. Full hood coming out. It's going to be an early pipe for this Brood. Coil mid, this is your chance to fuse Ember. Easy.
Big pickup. Boom, shard barely off the mark. And Sacred is here as well. Don't want to dive into tier 1 tower with that Ravage ready to go. In fact, they're going to reposition Insania underneath the tower. They're going to blow that Ravage now to ensure 1 kill. Can they get any more?
Zai in the pack, looking for the supports. Maybe?
No, maybe the tower, I don't know.
Yeah, he doesn't want to fight that Tide. Yeah, no spiders for you.
So he could just go back. I mean, this is all a positioning game, right? Between the Tidehunter and the Broodmother. Wherever the Tide goes, Broodmother can go somewhere else. And maybe it leaves that bottom lane objective open for the taking. Thunder, though, are going to get aggressive here. It's time to shut down Matumba Man.
Foxy's read this play. Maybe he can nail him out.
Foxy, he's going to snowball on through. Try and pitch but it's just going to be caught inside the Static Storm. A 2-for-1 special for Thunder.
Ooh, weren't expecting everybody, maybe. I do think Liquid read that move, but Thunder's fought more people. Very nice conversion for them. This is pretty much the only place on the map they can feel confident fighting, especially when Ravage is down, because Sacred is on Brood duty as much as he can be.
Pull back in.
Glimpse on him.
Ooh, nice.
Beautiful stun. Nice combination there from Thunder. Getting a 3rd pickup here. They bounce back. I mean, it was a 3,000 net worth lead just moments ago for Liquid. Now down to less than 1K.
Thunder finding the openings in the very few places they can find them. Huge kills coming out. Again, this Brood has free reign over this jungle. They don't have any catch at this point in time.
Those spiders. Eventually, they're going to take this tower. You kill them as many times as you want. She'll be back with more.
Nice little pinata right there.
Yeah, that's true.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
This game stabilized a lot in that last minute. I could have seen it getting out of control, but now Thunder's going to be able to defend this mid tower for a bit longer, standing on 160 HP. Zai will continue to try and send the spiders behind, backdoor it. This mid tier 1 is super vital to the Ancient control, which they want to keep up for Gyro. Gyro has very specific farming patterns. You cannot lose too much early map with this hero, or that flat cannon does not go to work.
think it's super interesting.
Pushing it to him.
Just now takes this tower, right? It
nggak pernah
almost seemed
kalah
like he
pakai
just
ini.
left this scene.
That tower is irrelevant, right? Because he's playing behind it anyway. It's just a free gold.
Liquid there on the black hole. Doesn't get it. Box try and bail him out after that one. The Savage Storm just laid on two. They may have gotten the kill on the Marcy, but now the rest of them are here to be able to clean up. 1, 2, 3. Matumba Man with the enrage. He's going to try and hop his way out of here, but I know there's no way out of this one. Matumba Man
Bye-bye,
is going to be
Matumba
chased
Man,
down by
you are
Dark Mago. He turns around, throws a few swipes in the air, but a 1-for-3 exchange to the favor of Thunder.
What a beautiful static storm. Liquid just overextending into that. Of course, the black hole missing doesn't do him any favors. Thunder, again, they're always going to bring their care to these types of engagements. Pakaz will join every fight he feels like he can clean up. Gyro comes down on top. Beautiful chains to keep him in it. The exact fight Thunder won. Didn't even have to expend the Ravage.
Didn't let him grab that one. Immediately going to be coiled up with Sai coming in from behind. The Ravage to be able to help him out. The Snowball is going to keep that chance on a wall response to finish him off. Now Sacred, well, he's tanky, but he doesn't really have any help. They're just going to run him down here perhaps. The Glimpse going to be able to buy him a little bit of space. Sai's having a hard time. Another round of spells coming in from Mickey though. And the Orb should be enough to get that kill, maybe even a little bit more. Matthews, beautiful play by Mickey, baiting that one out with the Invis rune he already had in play.
I mean, he's been a monster this series. That first game he played out
of time.
He kept him in this early game by a huge degree, finding the coils on this Ember. And of course, the kills lead to Roshan. Matumba claiming it early here while they're skirmishing.
Zai. He wants to be able to get over here. I don't think they have the webs to be able to fight in this area. And Sania's going to pop over, doesn't have the black hole, just throws out the Malphus, but he's dead. They created the space to get the Roshan. It cost them their captain. But for now, Liquid will be able to retreat with the spoils and Aegis now on the Ursa.
You can see Liquid's idea about this game. If they ever break that triangle, Brood has the other side of the map. There is nowhere for Gyro to go. If that happens, Thunder has absolutely no map, and their heroes are not mobile enough to get to the other side or split push this game too heavily yet, till Ember's online. So Thunder are always going to bring everybody to defend that triangle. Once they defend it, they can make a move. They're trying to find something down here, but Brood is a stealthy hero. Good luck, my friends.
And that idea of like how they want to be able to close out the map is why it was so important for Thunder to have those little moments where they clawed back that net worth advantage that Liquid built up. Now they have to do it again, though.
Yeah, imagine they didn't get those skirmishes. This game could be over by now.
Yeah.
This is how explosive this Liquid draft is. You lose one skirmish, you lose one fight. You're going to lose 3 to 4K off every one.
Looking for the coil. Clean play, and Dark Mago shows just that.
Itu kayaknya ngebantuin lu
Breaks the
deh.
aggression of Liquid, jumps to the other side, looking for the power rune. Sadly, it's not there. It's going to be a free pickup for Liquid. Big Egg gets the illusion.
Networknya.
Look at how clumped Thunder's playing. Like, they expect Liquid to fight them. Dark Mago's not in his top lane. He's not split pushing, trying to draw Liquid away from the center of the map.
Lagi live stream, hey.
Very defensive formation from Thunder here, just trying to protect the Gyro's farm and get him to that axe where he will really accelerate.
Do you agree with this concept? Do you think it's better to just be playing super conservatively right now?
I mean, he's worried about this coil. This coil setup is just so scary for him. He has no defensive capabilities against it. Ravage on cooldown, finally up. But you're giving Liquid an opportunity to invade here with force. Everything up, and of course, Pipe just online for Zai. This might be the signal. No more Ancients for you, Mr. Gyrocopter. They're testing it.
You go lead the spiders in the ancient area.
Oh, that's nice too.
Block it out. Don't let him get any more stacks up. They're going to try and deal with them, and they actually do manage to kill it, but Marcy's still in the area. So the hard camp spawns, but not the ancients. So that's the more important one.
Don't have to invade it if there's nothing there to invade.
Yeah, exactly.
Smart play from Liquid, and now they're going to find Pakaz top.
Big pickup if they can get it. Chain stun while responding. Yeah, he's completely surrounded. Thunder have been so worried about dealing and trying to open up this triangle that there's no one to help out because a rupture was exactly what they're going to gun for here. But they've got to be careful of the lifesteal. He also has the Aegis, so they don't want to overcommit for this too much. But Tumman's going to fight back. The slow and Dark Mago, he's not able to get very far away with that Remnant, but they will manage to finish up. Oh, he got off the enrage. He's out of mana. He's being burned out. The coil is well on top. Dark Mago falls. There goes the first life of the Ursa. The coil about to finish up. They're going to run down Matthew pretty easily here. The Tidehunter is also very low, and they're going to just use the black hole for it. commit, get the kill. They have to run away from this tier 2 tower with the glyph going out, but everyone does survive.
Blink reveal to cement the kill. Of course, Gyro dead that whole time, cannot sway that fight. And Liquid just using the map control right now. That kill on Gyro top at the start of all of that, that's because he has nowhere to go. His Ancients get blocked, his jungle taken over by Brood. Because has no room to play this game right now, and Thunder know it. That's why they're trying to find that 5-on-5. Liquid just playing it super smart, not giving it to him, opting for these skirmish type engagements where their heroes shine. But Tumba knows there's no damage for him here. It just takes way too long to bring him down. He has Aegis on the back of it.
And that diffusal, that inhibit, he blows on Dark Mago. Slows down the Remnant, it doesn't go very far, he burns out his mana.
Yeah, diffusal pickup, super valuable this game. The mana burn on all their cores is amazing, right? These are not super high mana pool heroes. It's gonna be devastating.
Crazy part is, I think some of this, I mean, it's happening around the tier 2 at 18 minutes. I mean, that's a dangerous area to fight, but Liquid, fearless in that regard, continue to fight underneath these tier 2s. They can run down Sacred and take the bottom.
Again, one fight, every kill, leading to objectives for this Liquid lineup. Every one of these little mistakes that Thunder makes, and they're hard not to make at this point. Cementing this game even more. You're up to 8 or 9K gold lead at 19 minutes. You're going to have that second Roche coming up within the next minute or two as well. But Tumba's going to be happy to clean that up real fast. And of course, you have Enigma tough supports. These are two heroes that are going to scale beautifully into the late game. You're not even necessarily in a rush this game. Liquid is feeling very comfortable right now. In terms of comeback for Thunder, you have this Gyro Ags, but Ags is only as good as the camps you have to farm, and he still doesn't have many. Zai is just continuously blocking half these neutral camps, scouting with the spiders. Doesn't even have to show his hero. The catch is pretty limited outside of a smoke or this Ember just remnanting in. And of course, if Dark Mago just remnants in, if there's ever a coil there, pretty much dead off the back of it.
What is the play against this when your camps are being taken so much? I mean, you're talking about smokes. Do they just try and get to the Dire jungle, the Dire triangle? Like, how do they open up the map to get Pakaz that far?
I mean, you smoke and catch the Brood if you think your catch is good enough. You can smoke the enemy triangle where the carry's likely going to be if you think you can get there. Honestly, your moves are pretty limited. I think in a theoretical world, Liquid can read most of what Thunder wants to do here, right? They're just so closed off so fast in this game. The towers are down. I mean, there's only one space you can be, right?
Yeah, exactly. And with the vision of the Spiderlings constantly going, you see every like 30 seconds or so, they're going to show up in the triangle, they get a little information. What's going on here? Oh, that's because farming. Oh, there's a Tidehunter sitting in the river. So they will always get a pretty early warning sign if many heroes are missing on the side of Thunder. But the onus is on Liquid to continue to get these pickoffs that they've been getting before, and you could see Mickey wants to set something up here. No, they're actually TPing into mid. They see. What do they see?
I mean, they saw him top, which means time to invade the jungle, right? Looking for this Ember. Saw him on this mid ward. Oh, does have an illusion room. Maybe some dodge potential here?
Yeah, possible. He's going to have to do a lot because he's going to be coiled. So he immediately pops in, tries to get the bounce out, the Static Storm. It is going to be a big bailout here as the stun is going to be on Boxy and keeping him chained out. It does allow Dark Mago to get away. Great reaction from Thunder. A full reaction from them.
Again, got to be careful about those smokes, right? Thunder can only be in one part of this map. It's pretty much triangle and they're tier 2 mid. That's not the area you want to fight. Mickey identifies it very quickly. If you get that kill and get out, you're pretty happy. Forcing reactions, not too bad. As long as you're farming elsewhere on the map. This is where Insania being top is actually very vital for Liquid right now. Because he's making sure they're continuing to extract more out of this map than Thunder, regardless of what's happening around that tier 2 mid. And he's scaling. He's pushing to BKB right now. Like, he's going to have very fast blink BKB. This is not the Wraith Pack Enigma from offlane. This is just, I'm gonna BKB and hole you, and what's your answer? There is no answer in this game. The only answer is very late game when Gyro has bad satanic territory and you just tank it.
Yeah.
But you're tanking a position 5 Enigma's black hole. Yeah. It's not even that amazing here. So Insania's cruising to his timings in this game, and that just makes it harder to contest the Roshans as well. Like, if he gets to BKB before this Roche spawns, which looks super likely, can you even take that fight if you're Thunder? And if you don't take that fight, I don't know if you're winning this game. It becomes very difficult.
Yeah, it certainly sounds like no matter what's kind of happening here in these small little skirmishes, these little moves that are being countered and stuff, it feels like Thunder may win some small little battles, but they're losing.
I mean, I think Theoretically, Dark Mago maybe has to just start playing more aggressive on the map, try and push these side lanes a little deeper and get away before Puck finds him, before Enigma can black hole him. So otherwise, you're just losing so much net worth here now. 11K, you've been clumped for so long, and he's not even close to BKB. Like, this Ember is basically farming nothing right now, right? Yeah. And that is a sentence as good as dead.
They've got the Wraith Pack on the Tidehunter. It's probably a big reason why they're smoked up right now, but they're not finding anything. They go through the Radiant jungle, but Team Liquid, I'm not sure. They must have just made the read off the spiders. They're playing pretty defensively. In fact, it almost looks like they're going to go for a smoke of their own. So Thunder, if they try and push into this mid-tier 1 tower, it could be a dangerous fight for them.
They've got the wards on Tusk, and they've got BKB on Enigma, so uncounterable black hole here.
There goes the coil. A no BKB Ember Spirit, susceptible to so much here. If they can stay on top of him, burst him down before he gets to jump away. He does make it, he jumps out, but there's a three-man pick up. The Ravage counter goes out, but the Enrage was already down from Matumba, and he shrugs that one off pretty easily. Now pops the BKB. Thunder, they need to be able to break open this fight now. Blowing the buybacks like this, it is a must-win. They need to be able to get a pick off or two. It's going to be the glimpse on Zai, keeping inside. Insania comes back. They have to get this another kill. Matthew actually picks up the kill onto Insania. At the same time, Bossy gets run down as well. They try to bail out Zai, but actually feed some extra kills over to Thunder, and a slight change that is barely off the mark. Little unlucky there. Didn't get the puck. Maybe still get Matumba Man, though. He's blown his Enrage and his BKB. If they spot him, get the glimpse. Oh, nice. Back in. Because is ready to go to clean up the kill on the carry.
Absolutely huge kill. They get the streak gold, almost 1,000 to Bakaz. He is so far ahead now. Roast spawning during this interval. He just sat there and turreted the whole fight. He's getting sidekicked on top of it, something we didn't mention. That flag plus the sidekick is absolutely deadly if he goes unchecked.
Yeah, who needs a satanic?
Exactly, build your own. I mean, that black hole is beautiful from Insania. Coil on the best target you can get, everything going right. But Bakaz, he's in the back. Double buybacks for Thunder on their supports to push it through.
Yeah, look at him. I mean, the 3-man black hole looks so pretty, but Bakaz is totally uncontested here this entire time, as is the Wraith Pack, which is negating so much damage there.
These are 2 Thunder supports who, when they come in off the buybacks, can still have high impact.
Yeah.
The glimpse, the rebound, the positioning, and stuns can make sure Bakaz can hit people. And there's that flat sidekick just going to work. It's something Liquid has to think about.
Now, in the end, Dark Mago does end up dying. Mickey jumped back in and claimed that kill, but obviously it was still a huge win for Thunder, who, I mean, even if the net worth lead is still 10K after that, they stopped the bleed out, right? They got out on the map, they got some big farm, they got the Gyrocopter to his next progression of items, and our Ember Spirit, does he have the BKB yet? That could be a serious game changer considering the way they're throwing that coil at him.
Yeah, he'll get it in 200 gold. Now he's being able to push bottom lane a little deeper. Of course, the trade is Roshan. Thunder could not claim it after that fight. So Matumba's progression still going to be good here. BKB, Aegis, and Shard to the Fuzzy Wuzzy. He's a lot tankier than before. But perhaps the biggest thing out of all that is Bakaz lived through that too, right? Yeah, sure, this win percentage is 20%, but this is a draft designed to function around that one hero with the flat cannon, with sidekick, going to work, dealing 90% of the damage. This game is just, if Bakaz gets checked, the team fight falls apart. If he has free reign, these fights are a little closer than the net worth shows.
It's going to be the ultimate hard carry setup for the player who's probably had one of the best carry performances at this tournament and this year in general.
I mean, honestly, I think you just black hole him. Yeah. I don't know if you have to feel too pressured to black hole much else in this game if you're Insania. Sure, if he's elsewhere on the map, you see the freebies, you take it. But it seems like you just black hole the gyro all in. Where's the fight after that, right?
Speaking of,
well, cannot black hole much there.
Insania, he did not expect to find the hard carry in his own triangle.
This is the type of thing Thunder wants happening when they're in this position as opposed to earlier. They don't want to all just be clumped around mid. They want the Tide to be able to deal with that. They want the Ember and they want the Gyro out on the map, at least somewhere cheeky. Pushing some deep side lane, farming enemy side of the map. Now that you have BKB on this Ember, he's a lot more confident to do that. Bakaz can do it with backup all the way to Daedalus now. This Gyro hits hard, man.
Zai, he's been working down all of these towers. You saw early on, he was working on that mid tier 1 tower. Now he's actually trying to take that mid tier 2 and take over more of that triangle like we've been talking about.
Yep, still sending the spiders, and he's actually going ags on root this game. Something we saw him do earlier today. He just prefers it, likes the playstyle of having these snares in the back, rooting supports, rooting Ember when his BKB is down.
Yeah,
they're super obnoxious, man.
Yeah, we actually really didn't get to see that Aghanims put into play too much in that last game. It felt like he came in at the tail end of it, but he'll definitely be able to make use of it in this game as Thunder. They were holding on for a while here, but Dark Mago going to be jumped on. He's got the illusion to be able to jump away. Nice pickup. Illusion runes save lives. It's done it once and twice now.
I mean, he's lucky Skullbasher decided to save his proc for later. Yeah. He will take that RNG and walk back to his fountain with it. Thinking about who's luckier today. Seems like
Butterfly for because so Matumba Man, he's gonna eventually need that MKB.
Wasn't that Team Spirit's best strategy at the last TI?
Yeah.
Luck. Sometimes that's all you need in Dota, you know? You can draft your heart out, you can play your heart out, but throw a little luck on there.
Goes a long way.
Now you're a champion.
20-23, 29 minutes in, Team Liquid. They've had tight control of this game for the most part. A couple of slip-ups there, particularly that mid-fight, and it has allowed Thunder to get out on the map. They've continued their progression in farm, both for the Ember Spirit and the Gyrocopter. Definitely the Gyrocopter is taking the majority of it, but with Dark Mago now having a BKB, he can play more aggressively out in these lanes because he doesn't have to worry about just being locked down by the coil alone. Has to be careful of that Basher, though.
But I think this is turning into a game where Liquid is just going to farm to their late game timing and just understand you just all in this gyro and a lot of the damage disappears. Might have to do it through buyback. But I think they're happy getting there. They have very crazy late game, right? You get to level 25 puck, all of a sudden your BKBs don't mean as much anymore. That sounds like it's a long way away, but he's level 21. He's got Octarine. He will farm the map very fast. It's got Arcane Rune on top of it actually right now, so Mickey is very ready to join anything.
And I feel like Ursa is one of the ultimate, he's both the hard carry and he's kind of like the anti-carry in many ways, right? Especially when he gets that level 25 talent as well, right? Like, who stands up against the double, like, 16 hitter? Dark Mago gets caught. The bottom lane, BKB going off, but Boxy denies him with the Walrus Punch.
The burst is crazy. You have Tusk and Ursa jump at the same time. I mean, it was just with the puck there, but imagine Ursa hitting you with the tag team with the punch.
Yeah.
Gyro really has to watch his position in this game. Even this tide, he can get destroyed pretty fast.
Now they do have an interesting timing coming up here for Thunder. The Aegis is expiring and they almost have a Blink Dagger on the Tidehunter. It feels like that's something that is pretty crucial. Most of the time they've just been responding to whatever Liquid's been doing, but with a Blink Dagger on Tide, they can finally be the true aggressors of a team fight.
You can find the jump. That's easier said than done when you've pretty much been stuck in a third of the map for the whole game. You have Spider scouting, you have Ursa who can frontline, maybe get that ult off. Puck is getting untouchable at this point. Turns with the Octarine with the cooldowns. You're gonna have to win some fight with this gyro, and if you lose that, the game basically just ends. Liquid's just cruising into the late game here. I don't think they're sweating at all. Aeon disc up for Mickey as well. Can't even really jump him anymore. And like you were saying, this Ursa gyro matchup in the very late game with the backup he has, Matumba's gonna be happy to just jump this gyro, abyssal him, take him to town.
Coil going out in the back lines here. Looks like they're going to deal with the Disruptor first. Pipe goes out. Sacred clearing out the spiders where they can. Boxy's actually going to snowball away from the enemy team. Looks like they're calling for a reset.
Double damage in the top river. Gets denied. Liquid happy to poke here.
They keep it up. Mickey now with that double damage. Blinks forward, getting some ideas. The spinner snare, not going to catch anybody. Whoa, that shard almost locked in Sacred. That could have been nasty.
Not a lot of force staffs are repositioning on Thunder's side.
Ember,
be careful,
Ember. Yeah, blunder.
The Walrus Ghost punch into the straight up physical damage to the Ursa. BKB twice now.
And temen ikutan mati gara-gara dia. Di black hole.
The black hole pulls him back to his doom. Mickey's going to jump forward. There's just not enough heroes alive. He's going to try and chase them all the way back down to the fountain. There is going to be a buyback immediately from Mago. See if they can kill this puck. It's so important. Boxy, he's trying to hang around, see if he can bail out his buddy. Mickey's going to use the coil to ensure the Dark Mago can't pursue.
Koilnya bagus banget, guys.
Bye-bye.
Not today, Thunder. I'm going to have to be a little faster next time. Mickey just putting on a show on this backline with the puck. Late game puck pushing to that strength link. Good luck catching this man. Whereas on the flip side, Dark Mago's game is just so hard. Random spinner snares. This black hole can come out on the coil and come out of him. Boxy can punch him into the nether realm. Yep. That was his
and dead.
Oh no!
Gak ada dia, gak ada hitnya.
Absolute disaster. Mago cannot be feeling good about that. 70 seconds down. Team Liquid, I don't think they're necessarily going to go high ground in anything. Third Roshan is coming up, but it just further cements what was seemingly already like an insurmountable lead. Now, 25K. I don't know, you're going to need, I mean, they already had one miracle in game one. You're going to need a second one if Thunder wants to close this out 2-0.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
That was a miracle win. I don't know what this one would be. I don't think there is a term that applies to it. This game is pretty solidified for Liquid right now. You wait for the next Roshan, you get Aegis on Ursa, and you take the jump fight into the base. As long as you check Gyro in the fight, there's not a lot of turnaround damage that comes out at this point.
Now, you talk about luck. It's a fast Roshan too, so Team Liquid. They have any vision inside the pit, which they've got spiders and stuff. You should know about it pretty quickly.
I mean, you can't even get there, these spinner snares. Just slowing Pakaz down.
They jump a Pakaz. BKB goes off, the bashes though, the shard, it's blocking him in. He needs some help, the lifesteal isn't keeping him alive. Matoma's eating through it, now the black hole goes down, but he cancels, he stops it, Insania walks away, because will similarly limp on outside, looks to chase him down, but he couldn't quite finish him off with the nukes, and it's Matoma's who only dies. The range goes off, Dark Mago, he needs this kill, the blink away from Matoma's, he's just outside of the slide, won't be able to catch him there. Mago, now with the BKB on cooldown, is in some trouble here, he knows his way back, Sleight of Fist trying to dodge some spells, but here comes Matoma's, he's back into play, Mickey on the front lines as well, spinner snare after spinner snare, Matoma's now pouncing in, life stealing up a little bit more, there it goes, double kill, running him down underneath the tier 3 because he needs some help, the buyback from Adamu will not be able to help him.
The help is game 3, I believe, puck pushing level 25 now.
Oh no, Pandamu, leave him alone, he's just a 4-5 position, he gets knocked out.
What a recovery here from Liquid, man. After that game 1.
GG, that's it. Thunder tap out. They say, we'll give this one to you, Liquid. We'll see you on the battlefield for game 3.
What a game 3 it's going to be. That was just a complete turnaround. Everything that game was in terms of closeness, this was not. That was Liquid domination from minute 5 onwards. They closed the map out.